Lady She. Welcome to Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. Make sure you subscribe to Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. I need you guys to also follow my new page on Instagram, which is Sharon's Heart Stationery. Make sure you are following She's Got Teas on Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to Tall Wick Candles for the collaboration. I have my candle collection just started, SHS Candle Collections, in remembrance of my mom. And we just moving, y'all. So we want you guys to get this high energy, this good energy. Good sis, Miss Crystal Coates. I am wonderful. Like, I literally have jitters. I don't
I'm
know
super excited.
what God is about to do, but I'm open, I'm excited, and I'm just so happy to be here. And just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much again for coming on tonight.
What? Thank you for having me.
I'm excited. I want to introduce yourself to the people. I'm still in.
Well, I am Crystal Coates, aka C. I am a mom first. Well, actually, a child of God first. A mom, an actress, an entrepreneur, everything. Child. just trying to work it out. Hey, everybody.
Doing it. You are
Well,
doing
first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. This is actually my first interview. I'm always on the other side. Nobody has ever interviewed me before. So this is different.
Trust me, I get it. You saw how I was when I was on
Yeah.
I was like, it's like double dutch. I'm like, do I jump in now? Like, what do I do? Do I go? Yeah.
Right.
So cool. Yeah. So thank you. Even with that, I truly, truly appreciate it because you can only have one first, and she's on hot mic. So there you have it, folks. All right. So we're just gonna jump right in. I have so many questions. I was literally trying to condense because I just think you're phenomenal.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I'm like, what's the meat though that I have to ask her that other people will want to know about Crystal Coates, right? So my first question sounds very cliche, but I have to ask, what comes to mind if I ask you, who is Crystal Coates?
What came to mind just now in the moment was a hustler, to be honest with you.
Oh, love that.
I can't deny that. Because one thing about me, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. But I also know that it's not just me figuring it out. God's going to give me the tools that I need to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm a hustler. I don't, I hate asking for help, which is, can be a gift and a curse, but definitely I'm going for it. So, yeah, I'm strong. I'm a hustler. I'm a mom. I'm a crybaby sometimes, and I love hard. And I have boundaries. I don't take no BS now.
Well,
listen.
Somebody should hear that one right there. Come on, she's coming in hot.
Okay, yeah.
Hot.
Like, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's all the way get into it. All right, so my next question for you is, and we tapped into that. Okay, so real quick, guys. My first time meeting Crystal, excuse me.
No, you can say C. You can say
Sorry.
C.
Yeah, thanks. Was through Marissa D. Jackson. Shout out to her.
Yes.
She's the owner, founder of MDJ Productions, and I was in her play that just happened last month. I can't believe this year flew by so damn fast.
Gone.
But she had us on her live interviewing the cast and everything, and it was just energy, yo. I just be like energy does not lie. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. So, just hearing she shared some of her stories. So I would definitely love for you to tap in specifically about your childhood, because I really want people to understand not where you're from is where you're going. So C is the epitome of it ain't where you're from. It's where you're going.
Wow.
Like, period. So it's up to you how much you want to share, because some stuff, is better to be sold than told. Okay. I'm saying you got a book in you, boo.
Girl.
I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So help us to give us like a synopsis of your childhood and how you started acting.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in Virginia. I was with my dad. I don't know how far I want to go back. So, my mom battles with addiction, right? She's battled with addiction my whole life. So my grandma took me from my dad and my mom. I was with my dad for a little bit until I was in like kindergarten, but I was raised by my grandma. Um, and I grew up in Northern Virginia, like Herndon, and my dad was in and out my life. My mom was never, never there. She, popped up here and there. So I was raised by my grandma and my aunt, two very strong women that worked hard to take care of me and my other siblings that my dad had, this is my dad's mom and sister that took care of me and my other
Okay,
siblings.
so you're for
Um,
your grandmother. Okay.
yes, yep. So I grew up seeing hardworking women. I always wanted to know what it was like to have mom and dad in the household. I didn't get that. Um, but when I was little, at like 7 or 8, I tried out for Oscar Mayer Wiener. If y'all, I don't know, I may be dating myself here, but I
Dating.
tried out for Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial, and I was practicing, and I had the dance down and the song, and it was fun. Like I loved that for me. My aunt was working with me. I liked, performing
Mm-hmm.
and the rehearsal. I didn't get the commercial, but I got the local newspaper. I was in
Oh,
yeah. I was in the local newspaper with the little weenie truck or whatever. It was pretty cool. So from then I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I had a sense of this is what I want to do. And then I did like church plays and school stuff. I wasn't really in the industry per se.
right.
And I was bad. Once I got I was acting out because I was mad at the world that I didn't have my mom and my dad. I couldn't understand like how you have parents and your parents like don't want anything to do with you, right?
Yeah.
But this is a child thinking, you don't know the full story. Um and it's just kind of like, what happened, and sometimes my mom would show up on holidays and try to visit me, or she would try to take me from my grandma, and it was like all this drama,
Yeah.
and I couldn't understand why, and then why can't I go with my mom, why can't I go with my dad? So it was tough at times, and holidays were really tough. So my older sister and I were close. We're the closest in age. We're 6 years apart. But before she moved out, when I was in like fifth or sixth grade, I started stealing her clothes. Girl, she was a 0. I was probably a 7. I was thicker than her, girl, trying to wear her clothes. Like I was bad, but when I got to middle school, so I grew up in Herndon, and my mom lived like maybe 15 or 10 minutes from my grandma, but I never saw her, right? So in
Wow.
middle school, I got bullied the whole middle school. So middle school out here was seventh and eighth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There was this girl that lived with my mom. Her mom and my mom were friends, and she lived with them, but I didn't know my mom,
Wait.
right? So she knew, like,
So sorry to cut you off. So her mom and your mom lived together. So her mother was on drugs too.
I don't know. I don't want to say that. I didn't know her mom. I don't know, but I know my mom was out there just
Yeah. Yeah.
doing all types of things, like the talk of the town, just doing whatever she had to do to get whatever she needed to get, right? So, or I mean, I don't know. Stories could have been made up, but I know that she was, she was
She was
she
out
was
there.
out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the girl, when she found out, she was like, "Oh, your mom." I don't know what she had against me. I ain't never did nothing to the girl. Poor little old me. I'm like, I don't even know the lady. Like, I don't know what your beef is with me. But I was scared. This was a big girl, and I got bullied all through middle school. And I ran to the bus every day after school. Like, as soon as that bell rang, I ran to my bus every day.
Wow.
Um, but I really don't think she would have done anything. I should have just stopped one day. I was like, "What's up?" Like, but I did. Like, you be thinking back, like, girl, you should have just stopped.
What you could
Like,
have did,
what you
right?
gonna do for real? Like, my little self, like, I was like, girl, you should have just stopped one day. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, so that was that, and that was rough too because I didn't know my mom, and this girl knew my mom. She lived with my mom, and I was like, what? what is this? And my grandma and them, we didn't really talk about it. It just wasn't talked about.
Right.
So I grew up in Herndon, and then my freshman year of going to high school, I went to all elementary school, middle school in the same area. And then my freshman year, halfway through, I moved to a different area, like 15 minutes away. Yay! I was so mad because I was leaving all my friends and we were going to this new area, and I was like, "What are we doing?" We had a house built, and this was, listen, I don't come from like a rich family. It's middle class, but my aunt and my grandma worked hard, right?
Yeah.
They did like 30 and 35 years at Giant. They worked hard. They worked in retail. So, we had a house built in Ashburn, and I was just like, at that I was mad. I was like, I don't care where we going. I don't care about none of this. We would go visit the house and watch the progress and the foundation and stuff. I was so mad because I was like, all my friends, and eventually everybody came out here, and I started to get my act right. And then, but I was very sheltered too. We just went to church. I was brought up in church all through, my childhood. We went to Bible study. We went to church on Sunday. I was very sheltered. I couldn't spend the night at people's houses. I couldn't do this. I didn't have a right. They were older. So I was just like, this is boring, I was bored.
Yeah.
So I got to high school and met my oldest son's dad. So their house was like the house to be. I was a senior, he was a junior, and they lived like right behind the high school, and everybody was going to their house. His mom was cool, and at the time I was like, oh, this is dope. I ain't know no better. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Lord, don't you know my black ass should not have been over there. Should not have been there. But
The setup,
girl, thinking you was cool, thinking you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're grown.
Fast, being fast. I had a little sense of freedom, girl, child, bye. So I graduated though, and then the summer after graduation, I got pregnant, had my oldest son, and I was scared to tell my aunt and my grandma. I just knew my aunt was gonna beat my ass. She did all the beating. I did get, I got popped a couple times.
Got some whoopings.
But I told my grandma first, and my grandma was like, well, I knew you wasn't hanging out with the girls late at night. And I was like, ooh.
So she knew.
The shade, honey. Okay, first of all, watch your mouth.
Baby boots.
So I told her, and they were upset for a little bit, but when my son got here, it was good. But once my son got here, it was ball game. Like, his dad and I didn't, we didn't last for maybe like, we lasted for maybe like, my son was 6 to 8 months. Mm-hmm. And then my mindset changed. I grew up. I moved out my house. I was like, work. I had to go. I could have.
Hold on. You said your mindset changed as in like you matured beyond him, or what you mean?
Oh, yeah. I knew, like, before, I knew that I wasn't supposed to be at that. After a while, I was like, why am I here? Like, better than this. But, then you get pregnant and you try to change people or be like, but they don't, boys don't grow up as fast as we do. And I still have maturing to do, for sure. But once I had my son, I was like, oh, no, I can't be around here. Like, y'all doing too much. Like, it was a lot going on. There was a lot of people in the house, and I just couldn't do it. So I got my life
together. Your own thing for you and your son.
Yeah, I did. But it was, I could have went to school, but I didn't know if I really wanted to pursue acting at that moment. My grandma was like, listen, you keep the baby here. You can still go to school. We'll pay for you to go to school. But I didn't know
what
I
wanted. They were still supportive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were mad at first, like, but once the baby get here, they're like, so in this time I'm 18, I have my own child, and then I tried to reach back out to my mom and my dad. You think, oh, I'm 18 now, let me reach out to them and whatever, figure out what this is. But every time I reached out to my mom during that time between like 18 and 20, 21, she always needed something. Or when I went to visit her, she would live in the area, Woodbridge, Manassas, and I would go visit her. But it was always, can you take me here? Can you take me there? We got to pick up this and da-da. It was always a mess. And she just wanted to show off and lie and be like, this is my daughter. And I'm like, what?
Like, we don't even know each other, lady.
Girl, bye. Like, I'm going to need you to stop lying. Because One thing about it, my grandma raised me.
Okay.
That's what we not
Yeah.
gonna do. So
Yeah.
so I eventually had to learn that for
Yeah.
myself. So yeah, I mean I've been through a lot of things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Life started
So let me
early.
ask you this. Because I love that you said, like, I knew this wasn't for me. Like, that was like 6 months, 8 months, and I was out with my son. Realizing that now you have to raise a child. Was there a mental thing behind your head, like saying, like, I'm definitely gonna be way better than my mom and my dad?
For
Because
sure.
where was your
For
father?
sure. My dad he was around, but he was in and out of jail, driving with no license. He was drinking and driving, just doing stupid stuff. So, and I think, you know, I'm thinking at that point, when you haven't raised your children at all, it's kind of like a lost cause. You don't, you know what I mean? So I think eventually at some point he just stopped trying to come around. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel guilt because you haven't been there, and then it's like, well, I don't know. How do I start a relationship, or how
Yeah,
do I,
like
you know what I mean?
grown,
So
my own kid now.
yeah, so you just kind of
Okay,
give up.
I got
But
you.
yes, I definitely wanted to make sure that I didn't turn out like either one of my parents. So I think that was the driving force. And I've always have a sense of this is not for me. I have always had that. I
That's
have left
discernment.
girls. I have left relationships. I have, friendships, just drop them because I know if this does not serve me,
I'm out.
I'll leave.
Yeah,
I'm out. Like I can't. My values. If my values are different from yours, and you got me in a situation, I cannot deal.
yeah.
And I think me having my son that's always been heightened because I don't have time to get myself. I have another person that's looking out.
Right, right, right. Ooh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. All right, so let's tap in.
Sorry, that was like a
DMV.
really long answer.
No, that's listen. I'm watching the comments.
Okay.
Listen, I'm telling you, people need to know. Like, it ain't where you from. It's
Yeah,
where you are.
yeah. I've never talked about it.
Yeah, it's where you are going.
Yeah.
So, coming from an environment where you know you have to deal with seeing other kids with their parents, you're dealing with being bullied. Because at the end of the day, we Black. So a lot of times when our grandparents raise us, they're the secret keepers. So they'll just keep giving you
Yeah.
things, buying you things, trying to make you happy in other ways. So they don't have to deal with the fact that their child is not doing what they're supposed to
Right.
do by you. You understand what I'm saying? So you're dealing with, people not really giving you real answers or maybe not really being able to give you real
Yeah.
answers. Then you connect with a young boy, that's what we do. We grown, we cute, whatever.
Yeah.
We meet somebody who think we cute, it go too far, and then, now you're a mom, and then you move on and you're like, I need more than this. I need more than this. What goes through the mind of someone who goes through all these things, and then now you're like, not only do I want to be an actor, I want to help other actors reach their goal. How do you get to that place?
Well, so for a while there, I got stuck. I got after my son and I, got I worked at my job for 17 years. So 17 years of my oldest son's life. He's 18 now. I got pretty much stuck. I was there. I was moving up the chain in that company or whatever, making good money. I had benefits for him and everything. I knew that I wasn't going to be there forever, but it
Right.
worked for me and my son. I had, all the benefits. It was working. But I've always did like little side gigs and stuff like that. So I didn't really realize and jump back into acting until 2020.
Oh, wow. This is
Yeah.
recent.
This is recent.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I was just comfortable. Life is happening.
Comfortability.
Yes. And and so when I got pregnant with the twins, that's when I realized that I can't control. You need to be uncomfortable. You are not in control. So like just being pregnant with twins was just 9 years ago is when I let everything go and I started letting God take control of my life. But
Wow.
recently in the last like 2 or 3 years is when I'm really like my faith with God is just really, really strong.
Now, do you feel like that started or that came to in reference to that because you were at this place again, like once again, I'm about to be a mom again. Like because 9, you're starting over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
You're
was
literally
yeah,
starting over.
they're 10 years apart for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So people don't really get that because that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
It could be like a culture shock.
Mhm.
Because you
Yeah.
haven't done this in so long, now you're like, woo, cool. I'm back in.
Right.
So was that your catalyst to be like, okay, it's definitely go time now?
It was a couple of things, to be honest. So my twin's dad was getting out of the military. He was in the military. I'm thinking, oh, I got me, this Southern military man. Okay, this is cool. Da, da, da. He was getting out of the military, and these were his first two kids, right? Like two kids. But at first, we found out I was pregnant. Okay, cool. 6 months in is when I went for a checkup. Then they told me I was having twins. I didn't know from the jump. So I just went in for a routine checkup, and she's like, oh, I see another egg. And I'm like, what the hell? And he's over here in the back like, yeah, put two in here. First of all, I'm going to need you to calm down, okay? Because
calm down, killer.
I'm on the verge of crying, okay? So from then on, like, I started trying to take control and being like, how is my body going to produce two human beings? Like, what do I need to do? You hear all these stories of one twin dies and da 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 da. So mind you, he's getting out of the military. These are his first kids. He started acting weird. He started like being real weird before the twins got here. I'm like,
weird,
what?
like what?
Like he was nervous. He was nervous. And kept saying that he wasn't. And he had cheated on me when I was like 7 months pregnant, and I went berserk. I was so emotional. I went crazy. I almost beat up the girl. Like, listen, I was ready to go at 7 months. Like, don't play with me. I had never gotten cheated on ever. So, yeah, wow. And I was 7 months pregnant. Yeah, I was flipping out, honey. Okay, I was flipping out. I have never listen anything that I'm saying tonight. I've never said.
No, I was gonna ask you, and I may be mistaken because I'm not really sure. But like, I know a lot of women that I know, when they dealt with guys in the military, it was connected to they had to marry them type stuff. So you didn't have to like get married or anything like that?
No, because we were dating, but by the time I got pregnant, he was on his way out. He didn't like
discharge. Okay.
Yeah, he was on his way out getting discharged or whatever. But hindsight, he had went into the military right after high school. So he didn't know what civilian life was. He was scared. He was getting out. He had to get a regular job. He had to make his own appointments, and he's having twins. Like, what? So he was acting weird. So it was that. It was me trying to figure out how am I gonna, I need to be as healthy as I can, and like, you can't control any of that. It is what it is. God gave you these babies, and for a while I would cry, and then I'd be happy. I would cry and I would be happy because I found out so late, and I was like, oh my God, I need two of everything. But what really did it for me, and I just stopped and just let it be, was when you're pregnant, other women are like, hey, like, what are you having, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'm having twins, boy girl twins, and I had so many different reactions. I had so many women that were like, oh my God, I've always wanted twins, or I lost one, or blah blah blah. I had never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be having twins. First of all, I shouldn't be pregnant right now. I'm not married. But
I was going on mentally.
Yeah. So, but the fact that I was healthy, I was fine, and I was carrying these babies, I was like, girl, you need to let everything go and just do what you need to do. They're here. God is going to work it out. And then from there, I just let go and let God, because there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was rough.
All right. So 2020 is when you tap back into acting.
Yep.
Have you always been the person? Because to me it sounds like, and help me out with this, a lot of times when children grow up in situations that they can't control, and the adults that are in their circumference are not giving them real, fruitful answers to get them, to push them along.
Yeah.
We make up things to push us through so we can be strong, right?
Yeah.
So you being a mother now of 3, but still holding on to, but I know I want to act. This is my outlet. I want to act.
Yeah.
What gave you that kick? What ignited you to be like, I want to help other people do this. Like, not only am I doing it, I want to encourage other people doing it. So I want to do DMV Actors Society.
Right.
What was that?
So I went during the pandemic. I went to, it's called Actors Link Up in Atlanta, and I was supposed to go with a girlfriend. It's a big, Actors Link Up where they had the BMF
Conference.
cast there. Yeah, it was kind of like a workshop or whatever, and you get to talk to the cast. So the BMF cast was there, and I was like, "Oh, girl, we gotta go." Da da da. Something fell through where she couldn't go, and I went by myself. But during the pandemic, girl, my flight was canceled 3 times, delayed. All this trying to go to the Atlanta Link Up, and I was like, "What am I doing? Like, why should I really go?" But I end up going. I got there right in time when the event started. There was about 45 people, about 50 people there. Everybody had resumes in their hand. The BMF cast was there. We were able to ask them questions, and they talk about their experience or whatever, and we took pictures. And it was just such a good vibe. So shout out to Actors Link Up in Atlanta. And I met so many dope people in Atlanta that I've seen on set here in DC. It's so crazy. But I left Atlanta. I left that event like so inspired. It was such a community. So I was like, oh no, like we don't have that here. And I was like, I felt alone. I felt alone, when I got back into acting. I was like, where are these people? I know, like, we have talent here. So I was like, how am I going to find these people? So I started, a lot of people don't know this. I started, if you've heard of Roundtable DMV, I started the Roundtable DMV. That was me and 2 other people. It was me, Paul, and 1 other person. And it just didn't work out as well. So then Paul and I started Actors Society DMV, but Paul is like super, super busy. And, so we had the workshops and stuff. So then it just, became mine. And we agreed that, you Hollywood, sir. You can pop in when you can. But I came back and I was like, hey, I was just talking, and we kind of just ran with it and came up with the name, and we started workshops once a month just to get everybody together, to connect the talent in the area and bridge the gap between the artists and industry opportunities. You know what I mean? Because the opportunities are here and the talent is here.
Yes.
So and first of all, I love the in-person vibe, right? The in-person vibe is you can't beat the being in the room with like-minded people. But that being once a month wasn't enough for me. So that's when I started. That's when I started the Talent Talk Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm getting more reach.
Yeah.
And I interview more people, in the area and connecting people. And I have so many people now that when if productions need somebody, I can think of somebody so quick and be like, I got somebody for you. You know what I mean?
Explain to them what Talent Talk Tuesday and tell them what that is. Exactly.
Oh, okay. Talent Talk Tuesday, or it's now Talent Talk Thursday, is where we bring local. It started off as local, but I've had people from all over now on, and they talk about their brand. They talk about their acting experience. They could be writers, producers, directors, filmmakers, and they just talk about their experience or what projects they have going on, if they're casting, if they have premieres coming up. And it's a good time, and the viewers engage and ask questions, and it's a good time. People learn, and people are able to expand their brand and expand their audience too. You gain followers, you gain the exposure of what you're doing, and yeah. Connections are really made. Connections are really made throughout the whole process.
I always say network is currency, honey.
Yeah.
You gotta be out there. You gotta put yourself out there.
Sure.
Nobody sees you. Nobody knows you. Like you gotta be out there, boo. You have to make it happen. I think that's amazing.
I also started the lives because I personally wanted to work on my public speaking. Like I was nervous on talking in public or asking people questions or in just like on the spot type of thing. So I did that. I was scared. I was like, who like lives? Like who's gonna, listen to me or whatever? Like, but now I can do it with so much ease. So if you guys want to do something, do it uncomfortable and just push through it.
Yes.
Even if something, if it don't go right the first time, you learn from it. Just keep going. Do not stop it. If it's keeping you up at night, do it.
What was it? In the movie Sister Act 2, when she said the person sent her a letter saying, "I want to be a writer. Please read
Oh,
my stuff." She gave the
yes.
best advice. She's like, if every day you wake up, this is all you can think about, then you're a writer. I'm like, that's a fact. Like, if you can't shake it, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
That's it.
So that's for somebody.
That's it.
Like she said, do it uncomfortable. You know, I used to say do it scared, and I saw something that said, don't do it scared, do it anointed. And I was like, yes, I love
Yes.
that. So, but
Because
either way, do it.
yes.
Like, do it.
Because even if you're, even if you don't have a lot of time throughout the day, you have to carve out, you have to do one thing, whether you do it for 30 minutes, an hour,
Yeah.
20 minutes. If you do something every day for 20 minutes, 30 minutes towards that goal, you're good.
You're good.
But 30 minutes is better than nothing at all.
Absolutely.
So,
Come on with the bar, see.
okay.
Get it.
And when you start seeing the progress in stuff moving, that'll give you more fuel to keep going,
That's the one. That's the one. So let me ask you this. Your children, now is all three of your children and do they all act or just the twins?
No, so the oldest one doesn't, just the twins and a half, because
She said the twins and the possible like
listen, because me and my daughter will do lines.
okay.
Like she'll have some lines, but my son, he likes B-roll. I'll do more of them. We've been in one film all together, but we'll do more commercial. I'll do more commercial with the kids because they're faster and it's mostly B-roll. There's not a lot of lines and you're not on set for like 12, 14 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are in a film called My Private Line to God, and it was a long day. And boy, Malik was like, "Mom," and when we got in the car, he was like, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I didn't want to upset you, but I don't think this is for me." Yeah, he's like, "I just wanted to play basketball," and I was like, "That's fine. That is totally fine."
I love it for that because I thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Me and my daughter, though, we can run through lines, and I know, when she's getting, if it's too much for her or whatever. But just to give them the experience and the exposure at 9, 8, like, come on, I wish I had that. Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let me ask you this. Even with that, thank you for saying that because I love that. First of all, I think the biggest thing is this, and I don't know why God's sending me this direction, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Sometimes adults try to live through their children. And the kids can feel that, so they don't even want to tell the parent, I don't want to do this. But they're miserable. So I thank you for sharing that because that says a lot about your relationship with your children. They feel safe enough to be like, yo, Mom, like, I suck it out, but this ain't for me.
Right.
Let's just do it, but I'm good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for sharing that. But on that note, I don't know if you saw this year the documentary about what was going on with Nickelodeon. Was it Nickelodeon or was it Disney?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, and you saw the documentary and everything that was exposed. As a parent who acts and now your children are tapping into this industry, how do you feel when you see stories like that or when you see and hear about these things that people go through with their kids and they're not knowing, then years later it comes out? Like, how do you feel, or what advice you give a parent whose child is tapping into this industry?
Ooh, I have so many things to say. I don't know if all of them are going to be correct, but
no, it's correct because it's
right,
you.
Right. Me getting into the industry, right? Like you can get scammed and sucked in so fast, right? When you're just beginning, you don't know what you don't know, right? And it's so sad because they will suck you in and to give you all these promises and this and that, and your child will be on blah blah blah. Stay away from all the promises and the rush and the if you have to pay for something up front. Like it's crazy, but I know that now, right? But if child, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what it's like to have such a big opportunity and allow these people to get a hold of your children like that. And then like where were you type of thing. I don't know the different situations, you know what I'm saying? But I would want to be involved every step of the way, right? I don't desire to be Nickelodeon, Hollywood. I don't desire to be up there because I know it's weird,
Yeah.
and I want to be close to my children. I want to be on set. I want to be very very much involved because of these situations. But I think it's really sad and it's unfortunate because they're really like just mentally messed up, and those people really took advantage. And you'll have people take advantage all the
Right.
time, which is it's just it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
But as I always tell God, because I have kids and I'm trying to do this acting thing, and I'm living through my own journey. I don't live through them. I know, my son wants to play basketball. She got her own thing. She'll act sometimes, but I know that that's not what they want to do. But I always ask him, let me get as high as I can get. I don't need to go to Hollywood, but in the time and in the availability that I have, whatever I can do with me being a mom first,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever opportunities I can
Yeah.
do, then that's what I want to do. Like I don't desire to be, some people were like, do you think she's going to make it? Like I had a friend ask me like, do you think what do you mean make it? What does that mean?
Yeah.
In my eyes, I've made it already. I've done
Well,
commercials, I've done films, I've had my kids in commercials. Like, come on now. Yes, we want bigger opportunities, but
okay.
I'm doing what I want to do. I do have goals that I still need to reach, but I've made it.
Yeah.
Made
Say
it
that.
for me is pursuing acting totally full time. That's made it for me.
I know that's right. Let's
With
go.
being a mom and being there for my kids and still making their extracurricular activities. I know I can't, make all of them, but majority of them I want to. Working in retail for 17 years, I miss that with my oldest. I did quit last year in December, but I know what it's like not to be there. Your kids really, really enjoy a parent on the sidelines hooting and hollering, okay?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
important.
Yeah,
That's important.
absolutely. Thank you for saying that. So now, when it comes to juggling everything, what is your secret, or do you even have one, to where you're able to do what needs to be done without burning out? Because I think a lot of times parents, not even just the burning out part, but the guilt, even you
Oh,
just mentioning
yeah.
stuff, make it to some stuff you can't, do you have a secret, or is there something where, I think I just posted today about being more organized. When you have goals and you have children, or you're educating yourself at the same time, or you have a full-time job,
Yeah.
you have to be very
Yeah.
scheduled. So what do you do that makes this work?
I don't think really there's a secret. You do have to like somewhat plan, and I say somewhat because you don't know what the day is going to bring, and you have to be ready for something to shift. If something throws your plans off, you can't freak out. You got to be okay. You got to be able to roll with the punches. But I do try to plan. And with my twins, my oldest one is at college, but with my twins, they go to their dads every other week. So on the weeks that they're with their dad, I'm doing it. I'm
Rocking.
work. Okay, I
Mhm.
up. I do my day job. I'm doing whatever I need to do on my entrepreneurial side and meetings and whatever and self care type of stuff in that time that they're gone. But when they're here, I try to just balance out. I got homework. We got family time. Depending on what's going on, we'll watch a movie. um it's really just scheduling. But if you feel tired and tapped out that day, drop it.
Right.
It will be there tomorrow. Nobody's gonna die. The world is not gonna end. Don't beat yourself up. We do a lot already.
Right.
You're doing a lot,
Yeah.
right? And you can be down, be tired, you can cry. Don't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
all of those things all of those things are normal. We get tired, we get frustrated, the kids be getting on our nerves, they get sick or whatever. Like, go through those emotions, but don't stay there.
That's the one. Don't stay there,
Don't stay
people.
there. I don't really have a trick or a method, but with the power of prayer and just knowing that, God has got you, and if stuff comes up, you got to roll with it. You
Right.
know what I mean? I
Absolutely.
try
Absolutely.
to be as organized as I can. But girl, I'll be tired sometimes. I'll have a whole list of stuff and I'll get home and I'll be so tired depending on what happened, during the
Right.
day, because in the evening time, that's when I work on my entrepreneurial stuff. So if I ain't got it, I ain't got it.
I know that's, listen, can't pour from an empty cup, madam. You can't do it.
No.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you have to allow yourself to
All right, so
recharge.
being that person, because like even when we came on your platform, I love and I love seeing people support it.
Yeah.
And I try to encourage people that you still have to show love to people and support people. It's hard to jump out there and chase your dream or go for it. Do you understand? So when I see people and they like, oh, see what's good, like I can tell like you show people love because people show you love.
Yeah.
What do you do? Or is there some type of like, how can I ask? What do you guys do to keep people encouraged and keep people want to connect with DMV society so they can go for their dream? Like, what do you guys do that may be different from other, groups or other conferences or whatever case may be? What do you feel that makes you guys stand out, that keeps people wanting to connect with you?
Mm-hmm. I'll say, within the workshops, I make it a comfortable place. I start off, we're like family. Everybody comes in, and we don't start off with prayer, but we start off with exercises. And it's like, allow yourself to be in this moment, be comfortable, be who you are. I think just making it a safe, comfortable space for everybody, share your experiences, and the love that we give to each other and the support that we have is strong. And sometimes the workshops will turn from what we're supposed to be doing into therapy or to church, and allow people to express whatever they need to express, because acting can bring out a lot of things, you know what I mean? And if you're in a place where you can share those things, your trauma, I think that's incredible, and not be judged for it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then word of mouth is huge. I think once you've been to a workshop, people don't mind sharing the time that they had in their experience too. And I think it's not about the dollar amount for me. It's very affordable. I try to make it in, we normally have the workshops in Laurel. I try to make it, in a central area for everybody, but it's more about building relationships, your craft, all of that. If I have to pay for the venue, of course I need help with that, because I am a single mom. I'm broke. I ain't got no money.
Like, I ain't rich yet now.
Right. But it's not like they're not expensive at all. It'll be like $20 for you to attend, and in the value that you get from that $20, that investment for yourself. I think I don't really see anybody else doing that.
I love that. Yes. Come on, DMV Actors Society. Let's get
Yeah.
it. So you mentioned entrepreneurship. What else? What else do you do?
So I quit my job in December last year. It's coming up on a year. Oh my God.
Wow.
And I will say that was hard. I didn't know. I knew I didn't want to be there forever, but I didn't know how much of a comfort and a safety blanket that was for me. So I just one day went to work and I said, "Oh, I'm quitting." It was just randomly. It wasn't planned. I was done. So I was introduced to digital marketing earlier this year. Which has been incredible. If you guys don't know what digital marketing is, it's products that are made digitally, whether it's an ebook, a guide, a checklist. You can do online one-on-one Zoom calls or whatever. You can make these products with Canva, ChatGPT, whatever, and sell them online, and they sell 24/7. And you can sell whatever you do during the day. If you're a doctor, you're a realtor, you do if you're a lash tech, you're an actor, whatever. Shout out to my Empowering Your Actors, your acting journey dropped
Right.
today.
Yes.
Which
Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys can get that. The link is in my bio. It's all over my stories. But that ebook is about it's a refresher, but it's also perfect for new actors and people getting in the industry. It talks about managers versus agents, taxes. A lot of freelancers and actors don't know what to do for taxes and the things that you can
That's
write off.
important. Let's go.
Yeah. And so that digital marketing, I'm able to create products digitally and sell them 24/7 with adding my acting, like my knowledge of acting, and I'm helping others with that. You know what I mean? So If y'all are not into digital marketing, I sell courses too. I have a course that teaches you how to digital market. And the way that the world is going, you guys,
You better get
you
on it.
have to, you don't want to be left behind in this digital AI world. Okay. I am so glad I was introduced to it earlier this year. I started I started my store May 31st. So listen,
Let's
and
get it.
the opportunities are endless.
Right.
When you're making a product, when you're making a digital product, you have to figure out who you're talking to, what their pain points are, and just create the product, because people want all that information in one spot. They're gonna click it, they're gonna buy it, and this reached the masses. This is not a in a workshop, reaching 20
I
people.
love that.
You can make money online 24/7, which allows me to support my acting career. Because when I was working, and I still work, I'm a substitute at my twin school
Okay.
until they go to middle school, child. Um, so I do that, which is really, really fun. I like being at the school, but digital marketing allows me to be able to support my acting career because it's giving me more money to make while I sleep and around the clock, or being at auditions. I could be making a sale. And it's like, y'all know, we get these auditions, they be random, they be during the week. You gotta call out or you
Mm-hmm.
gotta go early.
Mm-hmm.
I got tired of, people looking at me like, oh, you just left yesterday. I have to figure it out, because
Yeah.
I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life.
Come
I'm
on.
doing it now. I'm in the school system. I'm working with my kids. That's great. But let me tell you something.
Yes. Ooh, you helping somebody because you helping
Um,
me. Yes. Let's
um,
go. I love that.
right. So it's like if you're filming a commercial, you're doing a movie for like 5 days, you're out of work. Where is that income coming from? And me being a single mom, I'm like, shoot, I really want to be this actor,
Mhm.
but I can't miss 5 days of work.
Right.
What am I gonna do? So when I found digital marketing, listen, if y'all have any questions, y'all can DM me. I got free guides on my listen, because
Yes.
you don't be left behind. This AI, this digital stuff is it. Like,
Yeah.
everything is social media marketing. Everything is marketing. Like, going into 2025, like all these big brands, they are using real people for their
Yes.
advertisement, for their marketing.
Bam.
So it's the same thing. Y'all can create anything, whatever your knowledge, whatever your specialty is. You can create a digital product, price it however you want, and sell that over and over and over and over again.
Love that. Love that. Love that. That is because no, it's endless. It's
It's,
endless.
it's endless, for real. As long as you're hitting that person's pain point. Like, I told my girlfriend has her daughter is autistic, but she's on the borderline, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't know at first because she didn't know the signs. But now that she knows the signs, and little things that her daughter was doing, now she has gone, the resources and all that. Now she knows. But I'm like, how many parents, probably don't know. They don't know the signs and certain things that their kids do. You can share that information.
Absolutely.
And she's created, a little guide on,
Love it.
what I mean, what to look for, resources that they can do. And if she has a community, and people need that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know.
I gotta send you my book for her. I wrote a book about my son who's autistic.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because parents need to know. Sometimes you really just don't know.
Is that a digital book? Is that an ebook?
Digital and physical. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You should,
Yep.
girl, you better put that link in your
Oh,
bio.
there's
And
more.
the platform that I
There's
use,
more coming.
the platform that I use for my digital products is called Stan Store, STANSTORE. And you can put the link in all of your bios. So people just click the link in your bio and it brings them to your whole store. So whatever products you've made, they can access your store in the Instagram bio, TikTok bio, and YouTube.
Okay. So STANSTORE.
Stand Store, and that's a platform where you host all of your digital products, and just
Let's go.
all it is
Come
just
on,
marketing
see?
online. Listen,
Help,
because
help the
listen,
people.
I gotta figure it out,
No,
and if you're
you gotta stop saying I gotta or I'm trying to
yeah,
have. No, you're doing
Yeah.
everything you
Yeah.
set your mind out to do. That's why I'm like, I need her on here because
Yeah.
this girl is dope. I don't know if she gets it. Like, I need her to hear herself speak so she can be like, oh wait, yeah, I do be doing that.
Right.
Like, I'm rocking.
Right.
You
And I do, because I don't like talking about myself, and I don't talk out loud everything that I'm doing. So it doesn't register. I just do.
You just do you.
I just do me. And
Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. So, because I don't want to hold you here forever. You know me, you can keep going, champ. You know, we can keep. So one of my questions was, with you doing, you're from the DMV area. Sorry guys, DMV is
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
DC, Maryland, Virginia. For those who may not know, I'm not trying to be funny, but everybody don't. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, they really just don't. So with DMV Actors Society, and with all your learning, and you know how you're broadening your horizon in reference to acting, helping other people act, and all these things. If you ever got an opportunity, like say Tyler Perry wanted you to work with him and do some things with him, and you had to move there, would you do something like that? Or would there be a thing where I would keep DMV Act Society here and have somebody run it?
Yeah.
Or do me? Or would it be a thing of, now I have Act Society ATL? Like, what would you do?
Right.
Oh, that rolled off my tongue. Come on, guys. What would you do? Give me the
I
answer.
like that.
Me too. That's what
I like that. Actors Society ATL. I think I can't leave my DMV. That's my home, baby. I can't it might be slash ATL or something. But no, I wouldn't. Maybe I would make another page. I don't know. Maybe I would have somebody run it. But definitely I wouldn't. We built from the ground up over here. Okay, homegrown over here. No fake followers.
Cornbread and gravy, but
okay, with a whole lot of cornbread. Don't play now.
okay.
No,
Love it. All right, so knowing everything that you know, because I feel like you just have so much drive. Like, it. It's almost like where I see people, as I get older, I'm realizing so many people really struggle with fear. Like, there's people that I know that sometimes I almost borderline want to be like, because you can see the gifts, you can see who they are.
Yeah.
You have, like, you feel when you're around them, like, why aren't you do this? Why aren't you doing it? Like, I can't believe you don't do this.
Right.
What would you say to those people who have the talent? There's opportunities there. There's opportunities there. You're helping people create opportunities. Like, what would you say? What would you say to me as someone who's tapping back into the arts, someone who wants to be a filmmaker, somebody who wants to have plays, who wants to act, who wants to help other people?
Yeah.
I want to do what you're doing. I want to have a New York society, okay? Let's go actors in New York. I want to have that too. I'm learning with you, and I'm encouraging you because you can do this, right?
Right.
What do you say to them?
There's so many people I know that have like so many gifts and they don't use
it.
But it took me a while to not figure out mine, but to actually like use it full fledged. You know what I mean? I knew I was special at some sort. People always talking to me, but the first thing that comes to mind is like, just start. Don't try to figure out the perfect time. Don't be trying to buy everything that you need to start, because you ain't gonna have it.
Right.
There is no perfect time.
Yeah.
There isn't you purchasing everything that you need to start whatever it is that you need to start. You need to start with what you have. If the fire and the desire is within you, and other people are telling you this is, like if people are asking you and people are coming up to you like, hey, da, 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 if it's that thing, that's your gift. You got to realize that. What people gravitate towards you for is your gift. You know what I mean? And it took me a while to realize that too, because to be honest with you, people be peopling, and I'm not like, if somebody comes up to me and they'll talk, like I'll talk, but for some reason, people just love to tell me their personal business. Like they just love to talk to me. And it took me a while to figure out why. And I think I just share my experiences too. And I'm a listening ear, and I've been through some things and try to give them some advice or whatever. But I would just say, just start.
Yeah.
And ask for help. It's okay. Whatever help that you need to be okay with asking for help. You have to look around. What are your resources? You have to check your habits too. If you working towards your gift, you trying to, really walk in your purpose, you can't be watching reality TV all day.
Oh,
You need to be
she just yelled
like,
at y'all. She just
listen,
blacked
you
out on you.
cannot you cannot be filling your brain with BS. For
Yeah.
what? Where is that goal? All you doing is giving them more views and ratings. But what are you doing for yourself? You need to be on YouTube. You need to be watching podcasts about whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. YouTube is a free university, and I got a bachelor's degree.
Girl,
Okay.
I'm working on my master's with YouTube because listen
Okay.
here. I got the Y on my chest. Like, let's
Yes.
get it. Let's
I
go.
I would just say believe in yourself.
Oh,
And if you
listen.
fail, get up. If you fail, get up. You know how many, like the book I just put out, you know what I mean? You see people that support, you see people that's kind of like, what's she doing? Da, da, da. Okay, it's fine. Like it's cool. But I'm doing what I felt like I needed to do for my community. I am an actor. I know the struggles. So I put my experience and my struggles, and hopefully those the resources in that book are going to help other actors, because I know what the struggles are. Okay. And I put everything all in one place. So if you feel like that's BS or whatever, that's fine. But if first of all, digitally, you need to be up on the digital space anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm out
Definitely
here
talking to
posting.
me.
Right. It's not like I'm out here posting just pointless, meaningless stuff. You know
Right.
what I mean? I would just say, just start and don't worry about what you got. Start with what you have. Ask the right people. Use your resources around you. Don't be too what do I
Proud.
want? Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
too proud to ask and use resources. Like if you see somebody else that you it's doing something that you want to do, just ask them.
The most I can say is no.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
tell
have
my
a cousin.
kids. The worst I can say is no. Go ask.
Right, I have a cousin in Atlanta that does. He's been in the acting world. He's been on so much stuff. And on a few years ago, when I got back into it back in 2020, I hit him. I was like, "Hey, cuz, da da da, I got this audition. Can you help me?" Child, he left me on red, and I was like, okay, well maybe he didn't see it. So I reached out, maybe like 2 weeks later, and I was like, hey, I got this going on. Same thing. I was like, okay, all
Moving
right,
on. Mm-hmm.
moving on,
Moving
moving
on.
on. I had
What
to,
you gonna
and it's
do?
like, okay,
I think I put it yesterday because I try to put like a quote or whatever comes to my mind every day. Just one on this page.
yeah,
I think it was yesterday that I put stop asking and just create it. Sometimes you gotta just stop looking for
yeah,
what could happen or what somebody could help you with, and if they not responding, move on. Do it
you
yourself.
have to,
Do it your way. But like you said, you have to start. You
yeah,
have to start. I just want to read this comment. I want to say the name is pronounced Juicy. It's Geeuucee.
Mhm.
I don't know what it says, but I like what they little image. But it says your energy and passion you put in your skits is magnetic. So that's for
Thank
you.
you,
I
thank
don't. You know who that is?
I should, yes, I do, I
Okay.
do. But I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I do know this
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
Um,
So
and
I'm gonna
just
read that
and
out loud.
to comment on the content. My content, I always try to be relatable,
Mm-hmm.
um, and show my personality, and try to, like, whatever your branding is, or whatever you do, try to incorporate that into your
Okay.
content so people know kind of like what you're about, and what you do.
Absolutely. I love
But
it. Thanks for saying
I
that.
try.
I think so many people are so busy trying to do what's trendy
Yeah,
and be yourself because they're gonna know what they're getting when they come to your page. They're gonna get you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So trendy is
yeah,
fine. Everybody gonna be doing whatever they're doing, but
yeah.
when you're authentically you, your people will come.
Yep,
Who need to
right.
see you will see you, and
That's it.
it'll build relationship. That's just how this happened. I was like, I
Yeah.
like her. I'm like, Marissa, what's so icky? girl. I don't even know her.
Yeah, I
So
love both
authentic.
both y'all's energy. Y'all have been such a blessing. Like and it's crazy because I asked God to start. I need to be surrounded by. I need to be surrounded by my people,
Yeah.
your people, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in a different direction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can tell people. You can tell the people that know. I mean, not that I was a horrible person before, but I'm definitely in my zone. I'm quiet. I got boundaries. I can't take in everything. Like, I just don't have the capacity, right? So
Yeah.
you can tell people that are not ready for the growth,
Right.
right? They're like, oh, who is this person, or what is she doing? Oh, she's into this, she quit that, and now she's.
Mhm.
That's my growth, right? And I want you to grow with whatever it is. If you ain't grow, if you're the same person you were 3 years ago, I'm sorry, boo.
Listen.
And it's no judgment, right? Everybody's growing in their own way, in
Yes.
their own lane, in their own purpose. But if I don't see any growth and you still just, I
Yeah.
can't. I can't.
I won't.
I won't.
I won't. Not
Yeah.
I can't because I could, but I choose not to. So
Yes.
I
I
just
will.
won't.
I will not.
Won't. I will not.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
for saying that, because I think even in this season, so many people they want to do things, but they're scared to let other people go. You know what I'm saying? That is
Oh,
still stuck.
oh my
You
gosh,
know what I'm saying?
it's so sad. It is such.
They really just afraid to let people go. When people
Ooh,
love you, they get excited when you start changing. They get excited when they see it's go time. When they see that light in your eyes, like, oh yeah, nah, she different right
yeah.
now. Go do you, boo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When people love you, because love is an action word. So
Mm-hmm.
if I love C and C is like, yo, niece, I'm in a zone right now.
Yes.
God started dealing with me. I prayed about some things, and now I'm starting to see it happen. And I feel this bubbling in me, and I just gotta take a little break and isolate a little bit. Pray for me. I promise you, I'm
Mm-hmm.
good. But I just gotta. I won't be on social media much.
Right.
I just gotta get this out of me. I'm be like, get it, see? You
Do
understand
what you got to
what I'm
do.
saying?
Yeah.
You gotta do what needs to be
Yeah.
done. That means sometimes people are going to fall off.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's necessary.
It's necessary.
It is
It's
necessary.
necessary for your present and your future. So
Mm-hmm.
do what needs to be done. Start. Make those moves towards your goals. Make sure the moves you are making make
Yeah.
sense, connected to your vision. You have to have a vision.
Yeah.
Like C had a vision. C was like, listen, I got these kids. I know I don't want to be in retail for the rest of my life.
Right.
I know I want to act. I know I want to be surrounded by other people who are going to get it. I want to be able to pour into people. They can pour into
Yeah.
me. And we have this movement in the area where I'm from. And
Where
we
I'm
going,
from. Who would have
we
known?
shaking and moving.
Who would have known? This little
Gotta
girl.
be
You know
knowing.
what I mean? You have to just do it. If you feel a void in your community, or if you want something, just do it. Start it. Make it.
Yep.
No?
They'll come.
Because you
They'll
ain't the
come.
only one. 9 times out of 10, you ain't the only one that wants that or needs it, or it's like, why we ain't got, or this don't make sense. Create it.
Hey, Brandy girl.
Hey.
Phenomenal woman. Hey, boo.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to. And it's a thing where, and I've said it a few times when I would do like motivational speaking and stuff. I'm like, I had to be the person I needed. That's who I am
Yeah.
for other people.
Yeah.
Who I needed, who I wish I had growing up,
Right.
I'm for someone
Yeah.
else. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
And
and that's it.
that's what it
That's
comes
it.
down to.
And through the process of creating the community and all that, I didn't have that. I didn't have a community. I didn't have people to actually talk to and see me and like-minded, and I realized that going through the creation and the building of the Actors Society community. I know what it's like to feel like an outsider, and I don't want anybody to feel like that. And I learned that through the process. I was like, oh, that's why I'm doing this, because
Yeah.
yeah.
I needed me back then. I needed me back then.
Yeah.
You have me now, and I'm not gonna let you fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you fall. I got you. I've been there. I've done it, and I'm still learning things. We gonna learn together. Let's get it. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's
And
it.
so that's what we need more of. We need more of. And I'm telling you, God been saying the word community for some years with me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
God, help with this like community,
Yeah.
and even like watching, and not to get political, but watching how the elections went and how things divided all these things, and I'm like, we as people, we have to get back to how it was back when they had
Right.
each other. You understand what I'm saying? When
Right.
you needed something, you knew Ray down there at the juke joint had it, or Miss Sissy May or whoever was going to
Right.
cook tonight or whatever, but we had each other.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like God is bringing us back to that, you know, realizing we need each other more than we really know. We got to get past it.
For
You know,
sure.
much we got to get past, but God is really moving and he's speaking. If you're hearing him, you just got to make a move.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
got to move.
You
If you
gotta
out here
move.
acting, you in the DMV area, you got to tap in to see she rocking, she's doing
I
it.
got
She's coming to you. She's being led by God. This is not a joke. This is not a game. She
right.
quit her job because this is real life. As what Jay-Z say, this is real life. Like this is
Okay. Listen.
this is real life.
Hey,
Okay.
Marissa,
Hey
in the
Marissa girl.
building.
Yes, thanks for joining. This has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just said to you, you are who you needed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say to your younger self? Where you're at right now? What would you say to your younger self?
Where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go harder. Go harder. Do it. Jump. Start. You know what I mean? Follow that fire within. Let God use you. All of that. If I would have known that at 20, 21, oh man.
Girl.
Oh man.
Girl.
But I say that, but at the same time, divine timing, right? My journey and my story is my journey and my story.
Yeah.
That all of that was a part of, you know what I mean, of how I'm here and who I am today. So, but yeah, I think, yeah,
Ooh.
I would I would say go harder and follow your dreams. But you know, I was focused. I had my son, so I was like, oh, I need a job, like, and I have to keep a job. And you know, back then it's like you were praised for how long you held your job. Like my grandma was like, girl, you've been at your job, you know, 5 years, then 10, then 15, then 17. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't want to be here. But enough is enough. Like once I knew, once I knew I wasn't getting no pension, all I had was 401k, and I knew I didn't want to be there forever, and I had went part time because of the twins. I said, boo boo,
You said the same
you
thing.
need to put the foot on the gas and do what you actually want to do. You need to use your gifts that God gave you, and he's going to reward you. He is going to make it financially okay. And that's what I'm doing. It ain't easy. Nobody said the path was going to be easy, but we're working it out. Now I'm able to do the digital marketing with the acting, and I'm helping people and helping myself. And I want freelancers and actors or writers or whoever. If you know that you're at your 9 to 5 and you don't want to be there, I encourage you to look into digital marketing. You have something to share. You have some type of knowledge, skills, talent that you can share and create on Canva with the help of ChatGPT. Price that joint out and put it online and sell it 24/7. I promise you can make some money, right?
Oh.
Because there's no reason why. There's no reason. There's no absolute reason. You just have to try it, right? I feel like in that community, in the actors community, I know the struggle of having to miss work and the hours and the money. The money is it, staying booked and busy. Like, how do we keep that money coming in? Like, we're struggling out here. You need to create a digital product, something digital that there's no packing, there's no shipping out, there's no labeling. You create a product, people click it, they buy it, you get the money. And with Stand Store, child, you can cash out every day. They don't take a percentage.
Ooh, they don't take they don't take a percentage?
No, they don't take a percentage, but you have to pay for. They have two different monthly plans. Okay. So one is $29.99, and one is $99.99. But everything is automated for you. All of your you can set up your emails it builds your email list. You can set up your email flows to go out. Like if I need something to go out tomorrow and 2 days later, it's automated. Set that joint up. That's how you run your business. Is email marketing is key because it's running on automation. You ain't in front of the computer all day every day. When I'm trying to tell y'all.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something. I had the plumber come today, right? And we just started talking about promoting and our businesses and all this stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I said to this man. I said, all I know is in this season, God is honoring my words, right? I said, and it's happening very quickly when I speak something. And literally, I wrote down last night, I said, God, I need something to be moving. And I said, God, I need something. God, I need some motion when it comes to my finances. That's what I said to him.
I've been saying that
Last
forever.
night, right? Now, I'm not rich yet. I'm not wealthy yet. I'm all right.
Yeah.
But when I speak certain things, he always comes a way that I don't know.
Yeah.
You were meant to share that with me tonight. You were meant to share that with me tonight. And it's connected to something that I wrote down and that I prayed about.
Yeah.
And when you say your words out loud, it's like throwing a rock in a river.
Yeah.
It does this.
Yeah.
Like God can't unhear it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He will honor your word when you're doing right and when you're obedient. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was supposed to hear you say this tonight. I promise you that. I was supposed to hear it. Because when I tell you, if I could, I would be doing my dance right now. But I can't because I'm going to be professional. Okay? I'm going to be professional. But I just wanted to share that with you.
Wow.
And thank you publicly for sharing that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to. We could have just been talking about acting and kept it pushing.
Right. But that's a part of me that wants everybody to win because it's doable. If I can do it, like I don't know if you was on that live where I talked about my reading. Like I've been blind forever.
Yeah.
And those were a part of the birth defects of my mother being doing drugs while she was pregnant with me. I had such a hard time reading, and I still do sometimes. I'm dyslexic, and sometimes I get caught up or I pause. I have to break down scripts, and I have to read all this stuff. And if I can create these ebooks and digital products and learn how to use Canva, and you have to be mentally ready. All it is your mindset.
Come on.
So if this person, this little, I don't want to call myself crack baby, but if I can, you can, and it's possible. And I ain't gonna get up on here and sell nobody no dream. I'm not gonna tell you to do something that I'm not doing. If it's working for this single mom with 3 children and my oldest is in college, you better believe it's working. Okay. The goal is to make money 24/7, spend more time with your family, and do what we love to do. Okay. We've all been working this 9 to 5 too long.
You making me emotional because God do not play about his people. Like I promise you, he don't. He do not play about his children. This young lady is telling you how her parents did not raise her. Her parents battled with their own addictions and such. She is a single mom making money in her sleep and not only living her dreams, pushing to do greater in the realm of her dreams, but she's helping other people do the same thing.
That's what I asked for.
Tell me God has what I asked for. Person.
I am like, I want God incorporated in you know what I mean? I'm a disciple, right? Like how does this go together? You know what I mean? In the ebook, I wanted to, but I didn't get to. But I have affirmations in the ebook, right? Every chapter has affirmations to keep you lifted up. I'm gonna read this one comment in a second, but going forward, I'm going to change those affirmations into scriptures in every product that I make. I want a scripture. There's a scripture for everything. Okay. That's gonna be my
get off this live.
Listen, that's my touch on my products. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put a scripture on everything. This is scripture for everything.
I'm gonna send you something so you don't think that this happened because you said that. I'm gonna send you something because I'm getting emotional. Like and thank you, Marissa, for joining because I said to her, I said, God is gonna do something that's so explosive before the year ends. Like I'm praising him in advance.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if your heart's posture is not towards him, you can miss it. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I'd have kept like, oh, I really want to interview C, but she doesn't know me. Like, I'm in New York, I'm not DMV. Like, I don't know what to say to her. If I didn't just jump out there and just ask,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know about any of this.
Right. And
Well, I
I'm
wouldn't get
honored.
confirmation because he confirms his word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's the bread of life.
Yes.
It's the living word. So he always confirms his word. And I'm in awe right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I'm,
I'm thankful for you.
I knew when we connected, listen, I was like, what is this?
She's
Like,
like, what's happening?
and this is what I asked for. But you
Yeah.
gotta, sometimes you be asking God for stuff and you ain't ready. You be like, oh, I asked for this. Shoot. Don't mess it up now.
Be
These
ready.
are his people.
Be ready.
Be
Be
ready.
ready. And I love it because people are watching you. And so that's what the person was saying. Like, you've been like that since day one. Speaking about you, you've been like that since day one. Your classes, your scripts and everything, or whatever, it's your energy. People gravitate to that. People gravitate to what's real. You know what I'm saying?
And
I know
that's
it's
all
a
I
lot
know
of
how to do.
counterfeit nonsense out there, but nobody cares about that.
Yep.
So some of y'all gotta stop chasing that counterfeit stuff and get what's actually authentic and what's actually real.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's showing you I'm an open book.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing, I'm bringing to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm an actor. I'm still learning about acting. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to, stretch my range. So we're gonna do it together.
Okay. And my background is not the cleanest. I've done some things, I was brought up, I have a different upbringing.
Yes, Daniel.
But I'm sure somebody can relate to me.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to read this comment from Miss Davenport.
I was gonna read it too. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You can read.
Go ahead. You can do it.
Oh, okay. This is Sarah. She is an ex-colleague of mine from the job I worked at for 17 years, and we just, we was like this. But she moved away, and she's saying she was meant to join the live tonight. CC, you see, everybody call me CC. I have an entire plan mapped out, and I don't know how to start. And later on, she says, Crystal's amazing, but she says, I knew that from day one, but she's starting a Bible mapping. This is on point. Sarah?
He be knowing, Sarah.
Sarah.
He be knowing,
Yeah.
Sarah. I don't know you, but I'm telling you. He don't
Sarah.
miss. He don't miss, Sarah. Go do it so I can support.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
Called James Method. The James Method. Okay.
Love this.
Yeah. Sarah, we can have a live, we can go live talking about, when you start what this is. Listen, I don't, to be honest with you, I used to be scared before, when you're growing up, or when I grew up, I knew of God, right? I knew of God, but my relationship with God now is just like incredible, right? And I used to be so nervous or kind of embarrassed to talk about God, right? But yeah, when you've been through some things and he done brought you through and you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know how you going to make it, you crying, I will say his name all day, every day. I don't care. Unfollow me, do what you got to do. Because one thing about it, I'm going to give him the glory every time.
Yes, absolutely.
Every time.
Whew, listen to me. I'm just in awe. Like I can tell I'm gonna be writing and crying tonight. I can tell. I can feel it because it was too much confirmation and just because I see visions.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get emotional.
Yeah. Don't get emotional.
Keep going.
You
like
too.
Keep going.
You
keep
too.
Going. Keep going.
And we're gonna be here for each other and support each other. You can hit me up anytime. I'll send you my phone number. Just throw out ideas and support each other and resources if we can help one another, for sure. Like, clearly God is cooking. He's cooking up some things.
Yeah, it's divine connections. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, just wait for it. That's all I can say is wait for it.
Sarah says she's proud of me and she's crying. She said, life is a testimony. Yes, Sarah. And me and Sarah she's one of those friends where you haven't talked to in a while, but when you start talking, you just pick up where
it never disconnected. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the connections. But see, I just think you're amazing. I just feel like you're an answered prayer for so many people that you may not know. you are obligated to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're obligated to keep doing what you're doing. And I'm not saying that to pressure you. I'm saying that as in, this is your call to do. Yeah. This is your call. This is your purpose. Yeah. I mean, your children must be like, "Yo, my mother's dope." Like, they must watch you and be like, "Nah, my mom's official, bro." Like, like my mom's
that's a whole nother story. That's
like, my mom is that chick. Like, y'all don't be knowing. Like, my mother is C. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. I just had one last thing, and I'm going to let you go. Because, I'm ready to praise. Yeah. So, you know, as a writer, you know, I read a lot of books. You know, I'm intentional with what I read and what I ingest. Yeah. So, I don't know if, you know, you're big on scripture, quotes, or books or anything, but give us something that a person who needs encouragement to walk boldly in their vocation, you know, a person who right now on this call, they came on and were like, "Yo, I needed to hear exactly what you just said. I'm going to sign up for that course tonight." Or I'm gonna respond to that casting call tonight. Do you have a quote, a scripture, a book, you know, for me, for us? I said for me.
Yeah. Forgive me, but and I'm not gonna say it right, but lean not on your own understanding. Right? What scripture is that? Do we know? But y'all get it. Y'all get it. It's not for you to understand.
As soon as you type that in Google, it's gonna tell you what's
right. Lean not on your own understanding. You know, it's not for you to figure out. It's not for you to understand. It's just for you to keep going, and you can only handle one day at a time.
Yes.
And that's really when I stop stressing too. When you know you're waking up and you're just there to, all right, bring me what we got for today, because today is all I got. Tomorrow is tomorrow. You can't go back to yesterday, and you can't control tomorrow. So today is it. Be ready for the day. And for the actors, I have a saying. It is, shoot, if you don't get the part, oh, I say it all the time. It's in my book too.
It was Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, guys.
Okay, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. What is the whole thing?
It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding."
Yes, that's it.
In other words, put all your trust in God.
You have to,
and not your own finite thinking.
Because you're just gonna run yourself ragged, like trying to figure it out. And when you do, you will see he will come through. I promise you. And you know, I never thought I'd be a woman of God talking online. You know, I'm not perfect at all. Let me tell y'all.
Nobody is.
I'm still a work in progress. Mm-hmm. But I never thought that I would be, you know, praising and teaching and just letting people know how good God is. I never would have thought. Lean not on your own understanding. And as far as actors and auditions and you know, throughout your journey, the journey is the best part. The process is the best part. Fall in love with the process, with the journey. That's where you grow. That's where you learn the most. That's where you're developed in you know, building character, if you will, no pun intended. Mm-hmm. And if you go to an audition or you send in a self-tape and you don't get the part or you don't hear anything back, it just wasn't meant for you. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you did anything wrong. That doesn't mean, you know what I mean? You can always look back at your self-tape and figure out maybe some things that you could have changed, but it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. They need someone. It could be height. It could be skin tone. It could be hair color, whatever. It's down to like the littlest things. Do not beat yourself up about it. Mm-hmm. Keep it moving. Because 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to hear nothing back. Right. So do your networking, your homework, go to workshops, just do the work. Do the work. And then just keep going. That's it.
Love this. Crystal Coach of DMV. I can't, when I tell you I'm overwhelmed, like
Yeah.
I am so overwhelmed for tonight. Crystal,
This was so good.
this was so
This
good. And
was so good.
I thank you for entrusting me with your very first, okay, interview. Like, this is your very first of many because, ma'am, I cannot wait to see you on these shows where you're like, oh yeah, back in 2020, it was an idea. Like, I can't wait to see you on other shows where you
Right,
downplay
right.
what you did. And they're
Yeah,
like, but you have a plethora of awards now. You're like, yeah, I do.
yeah,
It feels
yeah.
like being so humble because you're just like, I'm being who I needed. That's who I am.
And I didn't know that I was doing that.
Yeah, that's what you are. Girl, you
That's
are
so,
a
yeah,
necessity.
yeah.
See the necessity, honey.
Wow,
Hello.
wow, wow. Yeah, and when you are uncomfortable, when you're moving uncomfortable, you learn so much about yourself. Get out
Yeah.
of your comfort zone, guys. You're going to learn so much about yourself and other people,
Mm-hmm.
but do things uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have
That's
to.
the best
You have
thing that ever happened to
that
me. Uncomfortability. Whether I chose it or whether it just happened to me, it's like, whew,
Yes,
yeah.
love it.
The
Let me
conversation.
just read Daniel's comment real quick. He said, you wanted to connect the DMV. Now look, God done connected you to the NYC. Okay, I see the bars. I see the
Hey,
bars.
okay, you got bars.
Shout out to Daniel Tariq the Great. He definitely
Yes.
listen, he moving, honey. He's shaking and moving too.
Yeah.
That's my guy Daniel.
The
You know,
perfect
shout out to him.
name. The perfect
Listen,
name.
perfect
Yeah.
name, okay? Perfect name. But you know, shout out to everybody who's out there, you know, chasing their dreams. It's not for the weak. You know, this acting world, this thing could be cutthroat. You know, like she shared, don't take it personal. If you don't get a call back or whatever, it could be anything. And you may never know why it happened,
Right.
but you know, stay on the grind, you know, stay on the ground, be 10 toes down with the vision that God has given
Yeah.
you, and just keep working, keep working. The right people are gonna see you, but they can't see if you
Right.
don't show up. So keep
Exactly.
showing up for yourself. Keep
Exactly.
showing up for yourself. Um, Please share how they can contact you. Please share the information for the new ebook. Congratulations in
Thank
advance. I
you.
didn't even see it. I'm gonna get it myself. I'm
Nope.
probably gonna get everything so
I
far.
was gonna tell you that. I'm gonna gift. I know, that's not your thing. Do you want to get? You want to?
What's not my
Acting.
thing?
You're more
Wait,
of a
what?
writer, right?
Say again?
Right. You're more of a writer, right?
I'm a few things.
Oh.
So what you about to say?
Okay. No, I'm gonna gift you the book. I did I was gonna say that. Yes, I'm gonna gift you the book. Thank you so much for having me on, and I want your honest review of the book. But I promise you guys it's gonna be it's got so many resources, and there's clickable links. The resources that I put in there, the links are clickable, which will
Love
take
that.
you to the site. There's videos. It's very interactive. It's not just a boring book full of all text. But yes, thank you so much for having me on. And you guys, you can follow me. This is my homepage at C Class, but also, Actors Society DMV.
Yeah.
The link for the ebook is in both bios. Just click the Stand Store link, or it'll say that the name of the book is Empowering My Acting Journey, and it's about what it says, empowering you to just go through the journey with confidence, you know what I'm saying, and ways to make different streams of income. Because let me tell you, that's what I'm doing. And as an actor, and anybody nowadays, no matter where you live, you need more than 1, 2, 3 streams of income. But I hope that it'll be beneficial to you guys. DM me if you guys have any questions as far as digital marketing. There's also, if you click on the link, you'll see my store. There's free guides on what digital marketing is and a little in more depth of that. But I definitely encourage y'all. Know I ain't no gatekeeper. One thing, I might joke, I might laugh, but I ain't no liar.
Yeah.
So if I'm saying that I'm doing it, it works. You just have to put in the work with anything. I can't guarantee what's going to happen to you. You may jump out the gate and make more money than me, but you have to put in the work. I don't know what your work ethic is, but you got to do the work.
Love this, love this, love this. Listen, guys, make sure you tap in, follow her, both pages up here. Even go back to some of her lives that she's done with. She's had amazing people on her
Yep.
platform. She rocking and rolling. Like listen, I just don't be having people on just because I want somebody to just come say hi to me. There has to be a reason. You know, she is literally that one. So I need you guys to tap in if you're really trying to do this in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, you really want to be encouraged. You really want to deal with somebody who's authentic and who's going to push you to your greatness.
Yeah.
You know, tap in. If you're in a DMV area, if you are in a DMV area and you're not working, you're playing, because they rocking.
Yeah.
They rocking.
There's plenty of opportunity.
They are rocking out there. Shout out to Eli too. Eli,
Yes.
Austin.
Yes.
He's one of my favorite humans now. Like, I love Eli. His energy, like,
so sweet.
And you know what I love? Everybody that I've encountered with you guys, they don't mind sharing.
What benefit? What benefit
Stop
does
holding
it?
your hand like this. Stop holding onto stuff because you can't receive and you can't give. And that's why you're not being blessed. I'm sorry. I was trying to get off this, but somebody needed to hear that. Stop that. Stop. Because what God has for you, so it's not going to take anything away from me for sharing. And you know, thank you. I'm trying to get off, but it's not working. So C said once, we gonna leave. C said something that it touched me because I understood. She said, you know, people would say to me, you don't need to be getting money for this, you be getting money for that. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. If God has put it on you to share certain things or to do certain things without being paid, he got you already. Every need he will supply. That's a real thing. The money will come. Trust me, the things that she's going to be doing that she needs to get paid for or is going to get paid for, she's going to get paid. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to get paid. But if he is telling you to do these certain things, be obedient.
Yeah.
It's not about that for everybody. Some people just literally doing stuff for money. There's no love there. She loves what she's doing. You want to tap in with people who actually love what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now, if money is the goal, then you're missing out on a lot, sweetheart.
That's
You're
it.
missing out on a lot.
That's it.
If money is the center of your reasoning for doing all that you do, you're missing out on so much freedom. I promise you that. I promise.
Because all money ain't good money. I tell you that.
No. And that thing will have you crippled. But when you wake up doing the things you love, and you can see the fruits when somebody's telling you because of you, I saw you on that live, or I saw you and I went and got that ebook that you put out. I just got booked for something in such and such place. Right. Oh, check out my movie. I had to inbox you. This is the movie I was working on. I was staying quiet, but see,
that's it. That's the reward.
That's the reward.
That's the reward. Yeah. And just to you know, sorry, real quick. I know we
both of us doing it,
but just to piggyback off of what you said, everybody is deserving of that.
Yeah.
You have to know that you are. I want to say it, but I ain't gonna say that. You are deserving. You are wonderfully made. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not everybody is you. We were put on this earth to live. Working 24/7 hours. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do by all means. You know, but you have to carve out some time to start something new, to learn a new skill. And if you can learn that new skill on YouTube or whatever, figure it out, do it. But you deserve not to be so tired and working so hard. That's not living. You know, for so long I thought that was life. I was like, oh, you done had these kids and you're just gonna be a struggling single mom. Like, that's your life. Why? Who said that? No. Mm-hmm. It's all your mindset. And I'm here to tell people, you deserve greatness. You just have to put in the work. You're gonna have to either pay for some type of classes or pay for your time to start something new. Either way, you gotta start, and you deserve.
You gotta start. Yeah. And let me tell you this, and then we gonna get off in real life. We definitely gonna get off. But I will say that I will say this too. You will be surprised that when people see your consistency and you don't have the funds, they will fund you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If people see from afar, oh yeah, nah, hold on. She been rocking for a minute. I got the money. I can do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can. You said you wanted to do this class? Yeah. I'm gonna send you the money. I don't gotta know you. But I see you're consistent. That's crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's how God works. That's crazy.
said that, because real quick, I want to further my digital marketing with some online classes, and I went to church, and the pastor told me that they've been trying to get people to they've given out classes and they're paying for them, but a lot of people don't want to take the classes. And he was like, I don't understand, we paying for the class. I said, who? Oh, hello, I'll take the classes. You see that? Listen, I was like, yes, like
on
yeah,
the
people
divine
will.
connections, and you were in place.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I said
Yeah.
earlier. If you're not in place, you can't reap.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Or if you out here, being a counterfeit and just trying to do what's trendy and what's what, you're not gonna get what you actually need for what you're trying to do.
Because it ain't for you.
It
You out here
ain't for you.
and trying to be somebody else. How you can't get your people being somebody else. And God don't bless mess.
Nope. It ain't gonna happen, boo-boo.
We're gonna end on that.
Nah, we gonna end. We gonna
end on that.
Listen.
But thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. This was so great. I was so excited. I knew it was going to be a blessing because it always is. And this is great that I was able to share a little bit more about myself, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know who Crystal Coates really is. They know she the actress, but to, pull that veil back and to show a little bit more of myself. This was great. Thank you so much.
Listen, thank you, madam. And when I tell you I am rooting for you, like you thought I was rooting before, like it's different. This is a different energy. And like I said, God just be knowing. He's like, I'm gonna show you some things before this year ends, because I want you to be catapulted mentally, spiritually, physically, because I'm about to take you somewhere. I'm taking you there, and you're ready for it.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying, be ready, not get ready, be ready, be ready. Whatever is coming, you're ready for it.
Yeah.
You're ready for it. He doesn't give us more than we can bear. So I am super excited for you. And we're gonna talk outside of this live, because I need you to really understand the magnitude of so much confirmation on tonight. Like, I'm about to get emotional again. But
girl, get off. Let's hang up. You can
I love him. I love Jesus.
Yes.
That's all I can just say. That's all I got. Because that thing, what he does for me is undeserving. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not perfect.
Right.
And he is.
Yeah.
And he still does.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I can get like this.
Yes.
Like, I haven't shared my story.
Right.
So I get like this because when I meet C and I see what she's doing, and I realize she's who I needed, and she don't know her greatness. She just
You're what I need herself. Because I need people to pour in. I need more people to pour into me, because I'm in such my own little world, and I'm focused, and I got kids. I need people to pour into me, because I'm pouring into my kids and other people. You know what I mean? I need it too, for sure.
And you said it.
Yeah.
You said it to the people. You said, you matter. That's for you. Yeah. You matter. We matter. All of us matter. All of us have purpose. Yeah. And witnessing you walking your purpose is refreshing. Because if he does it for you, if he do it for C, I'm going to get real corny. We're going to close out for real in real life. If he can do it for C, he can do it for you. No, if he can do it for C, he can do it for me. Exactly. That's what we got at the same time. He can do it for C, he can do it for me. Yeah. But listen, everybody, thank you so much to everybody who joined the live. Yes. I apologize. I couldn't read all the comments. Listen, go back to the live. You just joined us, but we're closing out. Make sure you follow C on Instagram. Tap into her bio for the digital. Yeah. Everything that she has going on is all connected to the arts. You know, if you're an actor, aspiring actor, tap in. If you're in the DMV area, tap in. Sister, I ain't going nowhere. Nope. This is where I'm from. Okay. He said the opportunity is gonna be named, but ain't listen. Okay. Right. Y'all DM me whatever y'all need. I am here to help, to ask questions. Yes. I want to see everybody win. I'm you know, I love seeing people win. That's it. We either winning or we winning, boo. Right. Y'all better catch on fire. Y'all better catch on fire. Yeah. But listen, y'all. Subscribe to Hot Mic Lady She Podcast on YouTube. Follow me up here, Hot Mic Lady She _podcast. Follow my business pages. I think I got too many business pages. I might have to talk to you about that. I got to condense this stuff. Okay. We got She's Got Teas on Instagram. We got Sharon's Heart Stationery on Instagram. We got What else I got going on?
Well, you only
TikTok.
have one YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I will say, those of y'all that are on social media, YouTube first.
Mm-hmm.
Let YouTube be your umbrella for your other social media accounts. If you have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, post more on YouTube, okay? Because YouTube is giving out the bag. You get more exposure, and you can have those subscribers follow your other social media pages. But that's a whole nother conversation, girl.
Come
When I
on.
tell you, okay,
She got it all.
y'all
See? And we're going to end with
my
that because
my YouTube channel too.
yes,
That's in the
yes, put
bio.
it in there. Listen, follow,
Yeah.
tap the links in her bio, everybody. Make sure you get her ebook and just tap into whatever you see her doing because I'm telling you, she's shaking, she rocking, and she's shaking. And I'm just so excited. And once again, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Girl, I got so much to journal, honey.
Girl, call me, okay? I'm going to DM you my phone
Yes,
number.
do that, do that, do that. But yes, everybody, have an amazing night. We will see you soon.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Do you have anything coming up? Premieres? Anything? I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, that's okay. Okay. Actually, tomorrow on Actors Society DMV for Talent Talk Thursday, I have Ronson Hawkins. He's a phenomenal actor. He will be on 8:30 tomorrow live.
Yes.
And I am filming 2 projects right now. I'm filming a short. No premieres coming up, but just getting through the holidays. Just filming. Nothing too crazy.
All right, but no, let's say congratulations to her again. She definitely just had one.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Super did. Yeah, I did. You see, listen, I did. Go check out the Threads of Forgiveness on YouTube. It's a short, it's about 20-minute film. Super dope. My Private Line to God, my twins and I are in that movie too.
Yes.
So many things.
See that? Look, she like, oh yeah,
I be forgetting.
I
I don't
literally
like talking about myself. I promise y'all I don't.
I showed y'all a little snippet of my acting skills when I did her early. When I said she gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I do that too." She literally just did it. She was like, "Oh yeah, I did, yeah." So the movie was.
I be forgetting, man. I did. Yeah.
Make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow and tap in both pages. This is her personal page. Make sure you tap into Actors Society as well. And listen, y'all, we're gonna release y'all because me and her can keep going all night.
Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta go have our side conversation.
We gotta go. We gotta definitely have our side conversation for sure. But God is the greatest. Everybody stay well. Be blessed. Good night.
Bye.
Hey.
Say bye. Say bye.
Say bye. Good night, good people.